first, let's define environmental strategies. And if anybody wants to read that out loud, feel free to read it for us.
Please do. Someone. We want to get y'all to participate. Anyone, feel free to unmute your mic.
I can read it. Okay, environmental strategies define strategies that seek to establish or change community standards, codes, and attitudes, thereby influencing the incidence, and prevalence of substance abuse in the general population.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Clarence, for reading that.
Nice.
As Clarence read that, what pops out is why environmental strategies may be important and should be considered by us when we're thinking about prevention. What kind of stands out?
Feel free to unmute your mic or text, chat rather. What words in that definition really stood out? What he was saying stood out to you? I mean, I just want to hear it because I think, to me, I like the idea of seeking to establish or change. That's an example for me, that a word that sticks out. Because if we're going to do anything in our communities, I always want to establish or change.
That's it.
But there may be some other words that got your attention. Anyone?
And Sheila and Cynthia and Chantel, feel free if you want to turn those cameras on for us, because we
want to see y'all.
We appreciate
again. We want to see y'all again.
Yes.
Yesterday.
What you think? Anyone? Influencing, there we go. Strategies, hey, thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate that. Y'all doing it.
Thank you.
The influence strategies, we have to change and also lead by example to the ones we are providing services to. That's what I think. Oh, I like that, Sheila.
I like that.
That is excellent.
Lead by example. Love it. Thanks.
That's right.
Thanks, Sister Sheila.
So that was incredibly awesome. So I want to thank you again for doing that. As we now look at that, we're going to talk about this environmental strategies. Here are some of the factors that the environmental strategies will focus on. And they are the following: accessibility of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, rules and regulations of social institutions to which they belong, the norms of the community in which they live. I want us to pay particular attention to the norms of the community in which they live. And then the mass media messages to which they are exposed. So this is our agenda for the day, is to go over these 4 points, and then to have discussions to where you understand, and then also how you can visualize and actually see it implemented in your community with an understanding of why it's important. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Cynthia. Appreciate that. So why is that? Why is mass media important messaging? Why are norms, getting to the norms, so important? And so here are the types of environmental strategies, and thus where we got the acronym from. All right. So we got policy, where you get the P in camp from. We're going to talk about policy, why that's so important. We're going to talk about enforcement and education. Both of those E's they're vital to the overall influence of those who are having issues with substance use, as well as the prevention of those, so that they'll be less tempted, and have less opportunities to get access to those things. communication and collaboration represents our C's, right? So we've got communication, collaboration. Those two things are utterly important for the transformation of the norms that we have been beholden to in our societies, and in advocacy, right? How to have that influence over our political leaders as they are responsible for the legislature, the laws that govern how people live, as well as what they can and can't do. That's some power. And so we want to talk about that advocacy piece, because we need to be having